South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard appears to have lost control of both governments. Now she's teasing a big announcement that she claims will result in some of her opponents being arrested and charged.
Tiffany Henyard, the self-proclaimed super mayor of Dolton, Illinois, is at the center of a whirlwind of scandal. She's facing an FBI investigation for corruption while battling eviction from her home. Despite these issues, she's still running for re-election, claiming she's a victim. How can a mayor making over $300,000 a year be so entangled in controversy? With unpaid rent, lavish spending, and a hostile relationship with the village trustees, the stakes have never been higher. Will Henyard's grip on power survive, or is her reign about to collapse? Hey guys, I am Olivia. Welcome to Red Rumbles, where the drama never stops, and neither do we. Today's story is packed with scandal, controversy, and a mayor who's making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Stick around as we unravel the latest twists in the wild world of Tiffany Henyard. You won't believe what's happening next. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the chaos. Let's get right into it. Tiffany Henyard, serving as both the mayor of Dolton and the Thornton Township supervisor, has been accused of failing to pay rent for a house where she currently resides. Despite earning a substantial salary, hundreds of thousands annually, she and her boyfriend, Camel Woods, reportedly owe thousands in back rent to their landlord, Janetta Hull. The situation has spiraled into a public dispute, with Hull alleging that Henyard muscled her way into the rental property. Hull originally planned to rent the home to someone else, but according to reports, Henyard insisted on taking over the lease. Now, with payments allegedly overdue since August, Hull has resorted to legal action. To add to the drama, Henyard reportedly changed the locks and blocked Hull from accessing the property, even after Hull provided a standard 48-hour notice for inspection. This has left Hull in a tough spot, needing to hire a process server to track down Henyard for court appearances, further adding to her expenses.
Tiffany Henyard making a late appearance at the Dolton Village Board meeting this evening. That meeting was being held at the Park District building since Village Hall cannot legally accommodate the crowds at a typical meeting.
Henyard's ability to avoid these legal measures has left many wondering how a public official can be so elusive. But this eviction debacle is just the tip of the iceberg. Dolton, a town already facing severe financial problems, has seen its fiscal situation worsen under Henyard's leadership. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot was hired to conduct a review of Henyard's spending, and the findings have been shocking. Lightfoot's report revealed that Dolton's general fund, which had a healthy balance of $5.61 million, has now plunged into a deficit of $3.65 million. That's a loss of over $9 million in just 2 years. Where did all that money go? According to Lightfoot's investigation, a significant portion went toward online shopping expenses, with receipts showing large purchases from Amazon, Wayfair, and Walgreens. The spending spree included a $40,000 Amazon purchase on a single day, followed by 2 additional transactions amounting to nearly $10,000. Then, there were more purchases in September 2023, totaling over $7,700 on Wayfair. The staggering amounts have led many to question the priorities of Dolton's leadership during such a critical time for the town. While these spending habits have raised eyebrows, the situation gets even more concerning. Lightfoot's report disclosed that over $6 million worth of checks to vendors were printed, but never actually sent out. That's right, 589 checks meant for local businesses and service providers were left sitting, unpaid. This has left many vendors in a financial bind, waiting for payments that never seem to arrive, all while the town's debts continue to pile up. Local businesses have voiced their frustration over the situation, with many pointing out that these unpaid checks are further damaging the community's economy. How can a town's leadership justify sitting on millions in unpaid expenses, especially when its own residents are struggling? For many, it's a sign of financial mismanagement that's become all too common under Henyard's administration.
Last month, a judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval from trustees.
And if you thought things couldn't get worse, Dolton's police force is also making headlines this time for cashing in on hefty overtime pay. Reports indicate that some officers have earned more in overtime than their base salaries. One officer, whose salary was set at $87,000, ended up making over $114,800 through overtime. Another officer, with a base pay of $73,515, pulled in more than $102,000 in overtime. This has sparked outrage among Dolton's residents, who argue that police resources should be focused on keeping the community safe, not on inflating salaries. As crime rates rise, the town's leadership has been accused of prioritizing personal security details for Henyard over the safety of the general public. Trustees have criticized the mayor's decision to assign officers to her personal detail, leaving fewer police on the streets to address community concerns. As the town's troubles escalate, tensions between Henyard and the village trustees have reached a boiling point. The trustees have grown increasingly vocal in their opposition to Henyard's decisions, refusing to approve bills that lack proper documentation. During a particularly heated public meeting, Henyard lashed out, insisting, "You all forget I'm the leader." The back and forth between Henyard and the trustees has led to numerous canceled meetings, leaving the town's business in a state of disarray. Trustee Jason House has publicly condemned Henyard's leadership, arguing that the lack of transparency in financial matters is keeping Dolton in a perpetual state of uncertainty. Meanwhile, Trustee Brittany Norwood has challenged Henyard to be a more responsible leader, demanding that she bring clear proposals to the table for the community to understand. This standoff has left Dolton's governance gridlocked, with little progress being made on the pressing issues facing the town. Despite the mounting controversies, Henyard is determined to hold on to power. She's actively campaigning for re-election, even as she faces investigations by the FBI, eviction proceedings, and ongoing disputes with the trustees. In a statement issued through her lawyer, Henyard claims she remains committed to serving Dolton's residents and believes she will receive strong support in the upcoming election. But not everyone is convinced. Kiana Belcher, one of the trustees running against Henyard, has criticized her re-election bid as ridiculous. Belcher argues that Henyard's actions have brought chaos to the village, and she believes residents are ready for new leadership. With so much at stake, this election could be a turning point for Dolton, determining whether Henyard's leadership continues or if the town opts for a fresh start. Henyard's use of taxpayer money has also come under fire. As the supervisor of Thornton Township, she has overseen spending on luxurious trips to cities like Portland, Austin, Atlanta, and New York City. The expenses have included first-class flights and stays at high-end hotels, such as the Four Seasons and the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. In New York alone, the group racked up a bill of $13,000. Critics argue that these expenses are out of line with the needs of a community struggling with debt and financial mismanagement. Henyard's lavish spending raises serious questions about her priorities, especially at a time when Dolton is facing budget shortfalls and unpaid bills. For many residents, it's hard to reconcile the image of a leader who claims to fight for the people with one who spends freely on luxury trips. In an attempt to defend herself, Henyard has taken to social media, using Facebook Live as a platform to address her critics. In a now infamous 90-minute tirade, she accused her opponents of being part of a power and money grab and hinted at plans to have them arrested. While she didn't specify what charges she might pursue, her aggressive stance has only deepened the rift between her and the trustees. During the live stream, Henyard portrayed herself as the victim of a smear campaign, insisting that she is being unfairly targeted. All this pointing the finger at Tiffany, "You're lying on me. I'm over it now." "It's time for me to speak," she declared. Her defiance, even in the face of serious allegations, has polarized the town, with some residents rallying behind her while others grow increasingly frustrated with her combative behavior. While Henyard fights to maintain her position, Dolton's residents are left to grapple with the fallout. The town's financial instability, unpaid bills, and ongoing legal battles have created a sense of uncertainty for the community. Local businesses struggle with delayed payments, and many residents feel that their voices are being drowned out in the political chaos. The situation has prompted comparisons to authoritarian leaders, with some residents accusing Henyard of treating Dolton as her personal domain. Her influence over local institutions, from the police force to the town's finances, has led to growing concerns about transparency and accountability. As the election draws nearer, the question remains, can Henyard win back the trust of the community, or has her time as Dolton's super mayor run its course? Thank you for tuning in to Red Rumbles. If you found this story as mind-boggling as we did, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our updates. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Tiffany Henyard can make a comeback? Or is this the end of her reign as Dolton's controversial leader? Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.